Well, hello, everybody. This is Joan Maroney with Mother of Mercy Messengers coming to you today with a very important message, a true story about true mercy that comes to us through the power of the Holy Rosary, Our Lady's Rosary. And she said to pray this at Fatima. She said, pray it every day. And there is a 54-day rosary novena called the Miraculous Rosary Novena that for decades and decades has been the source of great grace and miracles. We pray it through Divine Mercy for America. We lead people through this 54-day rosary novena twice a year. There's one that we begin on August 15th, the Feast of the Assumption of Our Lady. And when you pray for 54 days, you know when we end up? Right before October 7th, the Feast of the Holy Rosary. And we pray this in particular for our nation. And we pray it again beginning on Ash Wednesday, leading us, if you count 54 days forward, guess where you end up? On Divine Mercy Sunday. So we're praying this 54-day Rosary Novena as a beautiful way to walk through Lent with Our Lady, asking her to intercede for us, bringing forward our intentions, helping us have a very fruitful Lent, taking us all the way to the Feast of Mercy. And to help share with you the power of this rosary and this novena, we've asked our friend Margaret to share her miraculous story of praying this rosary novena for a friend of hers, a family member of hers. So Margaret, welcome and tell us your miraculous story.
Thank you, Joan. It was some years ago. I was at a Steubenville conference. It was on Our Lady. And while I was at that conference, Father Michael Scallon had given a talk, and I wanted to get a cassette of that. I was led to get the cassette of his talk because it would help one of my relatives who was living on the streets. And I thought, okay, I'll get it. So I got it, but I had no idea how I was going to get it to this relative who was living on the streets because I had no idea where he was. I went home and I contemplated, I said, Lord, how am I going to get this to this young man? And then this thought occurred to me, the Rosary Novena. So I picked up my rosary, and it was a rosary that I received at my confirmation. Very, very strong. It was just not one of these little inexpensive, cheap rosaries. It was very heavy. So I started to pray the Rosary Novena. And as I got to just the I believe in God, the crucifix popped off the rosary. And I went, oh, I know what this is about. Somebody doesn't want me to pray this Rosary Novena. So that made me more determined than ever to pray the Rosary Novena. So I started the Rosary Novena, prayed it the 54 days. And when I got to the 54th day, I was thinking, how am I going to get this to him? I finished the 54th rosary. The doorbell rang. I went downstairs to open the door, and it was that relative I was praying for. The Lord brought him right to my door.
Wow. Did he, what brought him? Did he say? Do you remember?
He looked at me and he said, I need to get off the streets.
Oh my goodness.
I need help. Our Lady got him off the streets.
And she led him to you.
She led him, yes.
So the power of this rosary, as Margaret said, just to kind of recap, she wanted to get Father Scanlon's tape to him, a teaching, right? That Father did?
Correct. Yes.
Yes. But again, when people are out there, that's not going to happen. So she said, okay, so I will pray. And she prayed the 54-day rosary novena. And that's what all of us need to be doing this Lent. As we encourage you, sign up. We will send to you every day the proper prayers. It's 54 days because we actually make, basically, a novena is 9 days, right, Margaret? It's 9 days. And so 54 days is you're doing a novena 6 times. This rosary novena was given at the time before the Luminous Mysteries. So basically, we pray 3 novenas in petition, asking God for what our petition is, like Margaret did, praying for her loved one, praying for a family member, whatever it is. And then you do the next 27 days is in thanksgiving. We're already thanking God ahead of time for hearing our prayers, thanking Our Lady for her intercession. And it rotates between the joyful, the sorrowful, and the glorious mysteries. And with each decade, there's just a very short prayer. At the beginning of the rosary, I think at the end of the rosary. And so it's a little bit of a different pattern from what we're normally used to praying our rosaries. So we're going to start it on Ash Wednesday with the joyful. That means on Thursday we will pray the sorrowful, and then on Friday the glorious, and then Saturday the joyful, sorrowful, glorious, and it goes through, that cycle. And so it's can be a little bit difficult to keep track. Well, we make it as easy for you as possible. We will send you a daily email with the prayers for that particular day. And so you don't need to worry, am I on the joyful, am I on the sorrowful, where are you? So every day either we'll send you a text or an email with the particular prayers, and it's taking you all the way through Lent. And now, if something happens, you have a disruption in that novena, don't worry. Or you're hearing this testimony and this a little short teaching about the 54-day Rosary Novena, don't worry about it. Just pick up with us wherever you are. Every rosary is powerful. Every rosary is efficacious. And just continue and join with the thousands of others all across the United States that are taking part in the 54-day Rosary Novena for mercy, leading us up to the Feast of Mercy. And I'm convinced that if you pray it with your heart, as Our Lady has said, your prayers will be answered in the way that God knows is best, in the time that He knows best. So, Margaret, do you have anything else you want to add about the power of the Rosary or this particular novena?
If people during the novena could offer a little fasting,
Yes.
offering up something, something that for me it's sweets, caffeine, like my coffee. If I'm falling asleep, I'll take tea, but find something that you can give as a sacrifice that increases the power of your prayer. The more you can give, it really helps. Whatever you can do physically. And just think of Jacinta, who offered so much. She gave up her lunches. In fact, one day she was giving up her lunches and her water. It was a very hot day. And Francesco said to her, she was complaining, she had such a headache from giving up her food and her water because it was so hot. And Francesco said, well, you said you wanted to save sinners. And because she was saying, make the birds stop singing. It's giving me a headache. He said, but you want to save sinners. And she says, that's right. Let the birds sing. Let the birds sing.
Oh,
what
a beautiful,
yeah.
And that's as we do this novena, what I love about it, all through Lent, just Our Lady wants to lead us to His mercy, to the Divine Mercy Sunday. So she's leading us, and what a beautiful imagery as you're praying with her and asking her, if you have problems with making these sacrifices, with your fasting. And the other thing that the Marian Fathers said, please, there are really three pillars of our spirituality. It's prayer, your rosary, the fasting, which is some mortification, dying to self, making some sacrifice, and also almsgiving. Don't forget the spirit of Lent is a time to think about others who are less fortunate, that are poor in so many ways. Support the good works of the church. In fact, this is a requirement to be a good practicing Catholic. We are supposed to, it's one of the precepts of the church, support the church in our deeds and our words and our prayers. And if you do all these things, wow, we are going to have the most wonderful, glorious Divine Mercy Sunday, Feast of Mercy ever. And how many people along the way are we going to be able to impact, even those that we don't know, or even like Margaret said, her family member that she didn't even know where he was. He was out on the street and she had no way of getting to him, but her prayers did, and God's mercy did. So thank you, Margaret, for sharing with us, and we hope all of you will participate in this Rosary Novena, or at least get that rosary out, pray that rosary every day. And when you're praying that rosary, when you're done, add a chaplet of mercy to it, and wow, there you go. So God bless you all. God bless your Lent. God bless you for participating in the Rosary Novena, praying your rosary every day. I want to throw one other ad in there. One of the important thing is also if you aren't already, if you're praying your rosary every day, to really maximize this, the power of it, is to join the Confraternity of the Holy Rosary. And on our website, we have the link to that. All you do when you join the Confraternity, It's a way of uniting your rosary with the rosaries being said throughout the world. And it just really increases the power of praying the confraternity. I mean, the rosary. And all you do is commit to praying every week the joyful mysteries, the sorrowful mysteries, and the glorious mysteries. That's it. You don't have to do anything else. And if you miss or something, you know, there's no sin attached to it or anything like that. But just making that commitment. And if you're taking part in this novena, you're already doing it. So you might as well turn it in from being, like I like to say, a little shotgun or BB gun into a nuclear bomb to do the damage to the devil and join with the rest. So join the Rosary Confraternity. We will have that information and that link in the email, and it'll be below this video as well in the description box. So that's it for now. God bless you all, and God bless America because of you. Joan Maroney signing off, and Margaret too.
God bless you, Joan.
You're welcome.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I love what you're doing.